Hi, good morning, children. How are you all? Stressed out with the revision? Okay, type yes if you have started doing revision for your theory exam. Deepak, yes. Preet, yes. Shanuj, yes. Mansoor, yes. Girls can also be a part of the chat, but ensure you don't type rubbish. Okay. Okay, let's not waste our time. But whenever you have any doubt, please ensure that you put the question in the chat box so that I can reply you and others will also listen, right? I know like board exam has approached. It's going to be in the month of February and almost you all would have started the revision, right? Your teachers have completed the portions. Is there any teachers who are still taking classes, taking new concepts, or they're doing revision? They're doing revision. Okay, fine. So, the practical exams are often overlooked and ignored by many children, right? How many have taken practical exams very easy? You think it is not necessary? No one? So, okay, so you all have taken practical exams seriously? Children, if you have not taken practical exams seriously, remember you can score high marks, even full mark in your practical exam if you concentrate well and complete your work with perfection. Right? And scoring well in practicals is sure it will boost your theory marks also. So I'm going to discuss a few tips as of how to concentrate and work on your practicals. First and the foremost thing, my dear children, pay attention in the classes. Okay, do you think the practical classes at school is an unnecessary waste of time? How many think that it is unnecessary waste of time? No one? Yes. If you think it is unnecessary, then you need to understand that if you don't pay enough attention to a theory class, you can make it up by reading the text and notes later after coming back from school. But if you don't understand what your teacher is explaining, how she is conducting the experiment, then you won't be able to perform well at the final practicals exams, children. You're getting it? You can't even practice the experiment at home because you will need many apparatus and substance which may not be available. So make sure to take full advantage of classes to understand the concepts and the experiment procedure when teachers are teaching in the class. Right, children? Because you all don't have apparatus and substance chemicals at home, right? And the second important thing for preparing for your practical exams is when teacher is teaching you through experiments, please make sure that you make notes. How many make notes? At least not in the record notebook, because in record notebook we have to write neatly. The presentation has to be very neat. But at least in the rough notebook, how many children are making notes? Please lift up your hands. Put it in the chat box that you make notes. Min, you make it. Okay. Lavanya, you make it. Okay. Bratul, you make it. Okay. Yes, you have to make notes. Most lab manuals have listed precautions and source of errors with every experiments. Hope if you open your lab manuals, you can see that all it is listed. The precautions are listed, right? And make sure to write them down neatly in a notebook. Read these notes before appearing for the practical exam to avoid any type of disaster. So when you are appearing for the chemistry or physics, say physics practicals, you are appearing tomorrow. Okay, you have to be thorough with all the notes what you have taken in the classroom when teacher is guiding you, right? Third point is be thorough with the diagrams and circuits. You have to be thorough with the diagrams and circuits. Sometimes you, by seeing the paper, you think that you know this diagram. Okay, you construct in the mind itself the circuit. But no, my dear children, it doesn't work. So before you start setting the apparatus, you should visualize and draw a rough diagram for the experiment to prepare it. You have to draw it in your paper. Okay. In case of physics, my dear children, make sure that you learn the circuit diagrams very carefully. You know what happens sometimes? The examiner who is in your lab during the time of exam, during the time of your practicals, sometimes, you know, in order to check you, they reset all the apparatus settings. No, just to check how well you know the experiment. Okay, and ask you to reconstruct the whole setting. Then at that time you must not blink. You must know how to set it up again. It happens. It may not happen, but sometimes if that invigilator want you to do it again, okay, your teacher or somebody would have set the entire thing on the table and would have left the room, right? But the invigilator now thinks that he want to check if XY this child knows something about the experiment. So he may actually he will actually destroy the entire thing and ask you to redo it, reset it, okay, reconstruct it. Okay, so make sure you know it, you visualize it, and you draw and you see, or in the lab when your teacher is doing it, please do it through your hand. Don't depend upon your teacher or your one of your bestie friend doing it for you. That will not work out for you during the practical exams. Okay, you have to practice very well. Okay, you may not get a chance to practice the task at home, as I told already, right? Because of the lack of what? Type it there in the chat box. Lack of what? Lack of substance, apparatus, lack of equipments. We don't have all that which is available in the school lab, right? So you have to try practicing as much as you can in the school lab. This will help you identify and rectify mistakes you are making. When you do it again and again something, my dear children, you will become perfect. Okay, every time when you do second time, third time, definitely there will be a perfection in whatever you're doing, right? So keep practicing well, okay? And be confident during the practical exams. Don't be nervous, don't be afraid, my dear children, okay? Whatever topic you get, try to be calm and confident and perform your 100%. Okay, my dear children, make sure to document the entire procedure you follow so that you are able to answer oral questions asked by the examiner in the Viva. Okay, so in the Viva, when the teacher is asking you, you must be very confident. Don't hesitate. முழுங்காத வார்த்தைகள் முழுங்காத சரியா? Whatever you know, whatever you have done the procedure, ensure that with the confident you reply the invigilator, okay, the person who is sitting for the Viva. Okay, most of the time the examiner asks questions that relate to the topic associated with the experiment given to you. So make sure that you have read up thoroughly on that. I'm again and again I'm telling you, practice makes a man perfect. Okay, learning neck of the moment will not work out, children. I've seen in social media platform, in Instagram or in Facebook, I've seen so one Chinese girl and Chinese boy, neck of the moment, the child like he's taking the book and like he's keeping like on the head. Okay, no miracle will happen, children. She's doing like this, taking the book, she's putting it here, she's doing it like this. It will not enter anything if you do like this with all the Sotram mantras, neck of the moment. Purinjida. So you have to put effort. Okay, so don't get nervous, believe in yourself and know that you will do well. Okay, make a mental outline of what you are going to do and in what order you are going to do. You have to practice. Okay, my dear children, and if you make some mistake, don't panic. Okay, think of any alternative to reverse the error. If there is none, you can request a second chance, and if they give you the second chance, please try to do it again and submit it. Okay, don't panic. Panic will make you forget anything and everything what you know. Okay, you will get confused and you will forget whatever little thing you know. So don't ever panic. Okay, my dear children. And is there any other doubts you have, like how to prepare for your practical exams? Please put it in the chat box so that I can answer you. Okay. Okay, about the concept. Learn concept with the experiment. Okay, and again, I'm just giving you a small review on it. Please take down the notes if you want. Okay, learn the concept with the experiment. Please ensure you make small crispy notes in the rough note when your teacher is teaching you the experiment in the lab. Okay, ensure instruments are all proper and focus on the diagram. Please focus on the diagram. Okay, and draw and see all the diagram. Okay, practice your concept beforehand. No neck of the moment learning. Have confidence during the exams. Okay, and read the question twice and choose wisely. Okay, you have to read the questions very carefully and you have to choose it wisely. Okay, don't study the way you used to do with the written exams. Okay, this is entirely different when compared to the theory exam. Focus on graphical representations. Okay, most of your biologies are with diagrams and physics and chemistries are graphical. Okay, so you have to be very thorough with all those thing. Okay, so shortly I will come and meet you in the school as well, because it was a neck of the moment invitation and I couldn't make it up to the school. Thank you children and thank you teachers for joining. Namaste. Yeah, namaste children, namaste. Thank you.